What's happening? Morning. It is Friday. So this video, I want to show you guys a reminder about assessments. So we do these every 8 weeks. The assessment times are pre-scheduled. So there should be an assessment schedule. Ours is, let's see, looks, let's see, right. Yep. So it's right there, right? We have those guys hanging around the entire club along with our team training schedule, so you guys can see that and other things. So the members know about that, right? So it's a big week. Everyone knows about it. Our prospects know about it. Non-members, everybody knows about that. It's in our schedules. So during assessment week, every single client gets assessed. It's mandatory. There's no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. That's essentially what your program is built around, right there. They're essentially signing up, and you're selling them a hope and a dream, and this is how you know if it's working or not, which makes you guys different than other facilities. So when assessment week happens, team sessions, so base, burns, and builds, are not canceled. Those are on. Those are on the same times. They're going to be stacked, essentially. All of your small group training sessions convert into an assessment time. So for instance, if I have burns all week, bases all week, whatever it is, those are the same. The idea is those are going to be the main workouts for your clients this week. All of your SGTs will essentially convert into group assessments. So if you have a standing 5 p.m. SGT Mondays at 5 o'clock, right, with 3 people in it, that Monday at 5 o'clock, those 3 people are doing an assessment, okay? Now, for all of your clients that do not have an SGT program, right, it could be a team client, those clients get an SGT assessment that week. So if I come to a 6 o'clock team session on Mondays normally, you're going to call those clients up and say, hey, Mrs. Jones, sometime this week we need to get you into an assessment, right, different than your current time if they're only a team client. Can you do 5 o'clock, right, on Monday? Perfect. The idea is all of your team and small group training clients get an SGT that week for an assessment. In our system, their regularly scheduled SGT will either roll over to next week so they can do extras, okay? Or if all assessments are done this week, by the end of the week, if there's an SGT time that they can fit into, perfect, overall. So team times are on. All team and SGT clients go through a group assessment this week, no more than 4. It's ran just like an SGT. If you have a one-on-one client, 30 minutes, 1 hour, do a one-on-one assessment, or you can do the same assessment you've been doing with the SGT and the team clients, just in an SGT or just in a one-on-one format. So let's say it's 1 o'clock. I have 4 people in my small group training session. How does it work? I have 4 clipboards, 4 group assessment sheets. So that assessment sheet that you should be doing, right, the normal one, and their names are on it with their dates, and I have their client folders. So our client folders include medical history, physician's release, any past assessments, in-bodies, etc. And it's locked up in a cabinet in the back office overall. 4 clipboards. Everyone gets their own clipboards. A pen is attached to it. I say, hey, Mrs. Jones, or hey, hey, Sophie, hey, Jen, hey, Shane, hey, Rebecca, let's do this thing. It's your assessment time. Let's go. So it's 1 o'clock. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with Sophie, right? Sophie, we're going to do your in-body, your inches first. Everyone else, I want you to grab a foam roller. Start rolling. Here's your guys' clipboards. We're going to do your FMSs and 8-minute AMRAPs in a little bit. So then the 3 go on the purple turf or a small group training area somewhere in the gym, and they start rolling, okay? I take Sophie into the office. I do her in-body, and I do her inches, okay? Just like it is on the sheet. Literally just go in order. Perfect. All right, Sophie, I want you to send in Jen. Sophie goes in foam rolls. Jen comes in. All right, Jen, we got your in-body and your inches. We do that. All right, Jen, send in Shane. Then Shane comes in. Jen goes, keeps foam rolling. And they're having that discussion out there. It's kind of a natural conversation of what went well, what didn't go well, what's up. After you do that, right, the next thing you do is the functional movement screening. So you go out to the main floor. Hey guys, reminder, the next thing we're going to be doing is the functional movement screening. And I have all 4 of them. Watch me as I review the FMS. All right, we have the overhead squat. Here's how it works. We have the shoulder mobility. Here's how it works. We have the inline lunge. Remember, my only rule is if you feel any pain, I want you to tell me to stop. Perfect. So then I say, okay, Sophie, hand me your clipboard. Let's do the overhead squat. She hands me her clipboard. She does the overhead squat. I say 2, low back arch. Perfect. Good. All right, Jen, up. 2, arms fall forward. Whatever those notes are. And so I do the overhead squat, overhead squat, overhead squat, overhead squat. Next up, shoulder mobility, shoulder mobility, shoulder mobility. The idea is you're doing one of each the entire time, so someone is not sitting there, waiting for 10, 15 minutes. After that, at the bottom, after their last movement screening, whatever that one is, whether you do the shoulder lunge, you're going to circle their score, stability, strength, or power. And you're going to say, okay, so Jen, your strength, Sophie, your strength, Tyler, you are power, and Whitley, your power. Okay? So based off of that, the next thing we're going to do, guys, is the 8-minute AMRAP. Remember, it's 8 minutes all out, but being smart, don't get sick. I want you to do as many reps as you can. Perfect. Okay, so then we have, just like the base burns and builds stations, we have those laminated for the 8-minute AMRAP. So we have 4 stability ones printed out, 4 strengths, 4 powers with the exercise and how many reps. It's laminated, so I put this on the floor in front of them. I will say, okay, guys, I'm going to get Jen and Sophie set up, right, with the strength ones. Here's your mat, here's your weights. Let's walk through it. And I walk them through it just like an SGT so they see it. Cool. Are you guys set? Any questions there? Nope. All right, I'm going to go get Whitley and Tyler set up. Okay, I want you guys to walk through that in your head, make sure you know what you're doing, grab some water. And I go over to Whitley and Tyler. Perfect. All right, guys, you're doing the power version. Here it is. It's on the floor. This is your exercise with how many reps. Here's your weights. All right, let's walk through it. Any questions? Nope. And then we start the timer, a stopwatch, whatever it is, and we turn the music up. All right, guys, for 8 minutes, 3, 2, 1, and go. And they're moving for 8 minutes, going through it. If you need to modify something in the 8-minute AMRAP, you absolutely can, right? If you don't want to do a kettlebell overhead press and you want to do a dumbbell instead, you can totally do that. Just make sure you write it on the piece of paper so you know it's consistent with the next assessment. We have a lady that can't do anything legs really, leg lunges, so we have her do ball slams. But the idea is it's just got to be a consistent assessment. So you go in there and you are doing 8 minutes. Got it. Good to go. All right, guys, 8 minutes is up. Get how many reps they did. Write that in there with the weights. Guys, grab some water, cool down. You come back to the table. I have their client folders out. I say, okay, guys, the next thing I want you guys to do, right, I want you guys to write down where it says 8-week goal, the aesthetic goal, nutrition goal, and usage goal that you have. So aesthetics, I want you to pick, how much weight or body fat you want to lose or muscle you want to gain in the next 8 weeks, okay? In addition to that, how many times a week you plan to come into a session, right, which is your goal that you're going to commit to. And then below, there are 6 topics. I want you to pick one nutrition step that you're going to commit to. Meaning, this is the thing that you are going to do, no ifs, ands, or buts. So if you pick you're going to sleep 8 hours a day, that's the only thing I want us to focus on because I want us to actually start making this a part of our lifestyle. Okay, so do that. I'm going to go grab a couple of the schedule pages, and I'm going to grab you guys one at a time, and we're going to schedule out. So then they're filling out their goals, right? Remember, this whole assessment, you're not interpreting the data. You're just gathering it because you're in a group. So then I'm going to say, okay, so Sophie, come on in. Let's get you guys scheduled. So I'm going to say, Sophie, based on your assessment, right, you went from stability to strength. That's what's up. High five. Super proud of you. I would love, let's keep our SGT on Mondays the same. We're going to advance the movements a little bit. Can we change the bases on Tuesdays and Thursdays to burns? It's just 1 hour later. Is that okay? Perfect. And then, prescription page that's on the Mastermind Drive, some type of schedule, whether you circle it, they need to have some type of paper to give them. Okay. All right. So Sophie, on Monday, we have an SGT, Tuesday a burn, Wednesday off, Thursday a burn, Friday off, Saturday build. Are you cool with that? Yep. All right, let me make a copy of the schedule. Make a copy of it. I give them the schedule. I put my schedule here next to the computer in my to-do file to essentially schedule. Sophie, hey, I know that you did well. Okay, I'm super proud of you. I'm going to call you, schedule, email you the results, and I'm going to look over your goals, and I'm going to make sure that we're on track for the next 8 weeks, okay? Perfect. Hey, I know that's you're amazing. You went on this journey. Can we get a picture in front of the purple wall, sharing your story to maybe help inspire others? Yep, perfect. Picture time. Got it. Sophie, great job. I will see you tomorrow in the burn. Okay, got it. All right, Jen, come on in. And then you're going to do the same process with Jen. Okay, Jen, thanks. Picture, good. Then the next process with Whitley. And then Tyler. So the idea is you're going to schedule them out. They're crystal clear on their schedule, just like you're a doctor, right? You're prescribing the schedule. They're not going to randomly show up. Got it. Then after that, right after all the assessments are done, you have a big stack of papers. You put them in the client assessment tracker, meaning the data, and you go through, okay, what went well, what didn't go well, who's on track, who's not on track, and you need to have these meetings with the clients that are not seeing progress to get them back on track. In addition, you need to call them, email them, schedule 15 minutes to go over the results. We're really busy, just like you guys. We normally meet with the clients that aren't seeing results for about 30 minutes prior to a session or throughout the week. And then we call and or email the clients that are doing really well and saying we're proud of them. They need to know what's up and they need to know how to keep progressing. So you can't just get all this data and then nothing happens. Like, what's next? And the main ones you want to focus on are the clients that aren't seeing results. What is the plan, Mr. Jones? What's going on? And then we have a big meeting on our client assessment tracker. I want to know. I meet with everyone who's not seeing results. Mr. Jones, look, Jen, all right, you're investing $360 a month, right, to train with us, and I appreciate that. But you gained 8 pounds. That's an expensive 8 pounds. You don't have to pay $360 to gain 8 pounds. I want to get on the same page. Let's talk this out. What's happening? Right? Simple. We can go more into the feedback model, it's called, as we go. But the idea is you need to address it, nip it in the butt. They appreciate that before renewal time comes up. That's how you keep clients and come up with a new plan. And then you get all the data. We do some cool social media posts. Let me see where it's at. Yeah, club, 4 a.m. in the morning. Just doing what we do. So we do this board right here. It's kind of lame. We're gonna dress it up a little bit. But total weight loss as we go. We have a I don't know if you guys can see that, like a MyZone ranking board there, with the status emblems overall. And then this is pretty cool. This guy right here. So it's like our 2019 MEP leaderboard, how many calories we burn, men, women, stuff like that. We make a big deal out of it. I would say some other highlights. All of our certifications that we have really helps with it. And the bio wall. So assessment week, I'll touch base with you guys. Shoot me a text. Rock it. Happy weekend.